Hi everyone, Dr. Warren here for EDU609 and welcome to the course. This is the fourth and last course in which you'll be working on your online class as part of the Online Educator Specialization. And in this course, you will have a chance to have a learner come into your classroom and give you some feedback. So recall that in the first three courses, you were building your online course, you were building out all the lessons and the activities, and now you're actually finished, pretty much finished, and you're going to have a learner come in and review your course, and you're going to use some professional tools and rubrics to go in and evaluate your own course one last time from a 400 or 40,000 foot perspective. Okay, so from a 360-degree perspective. So that said, I want to take a look at the course, EDU609. I want to give you an overview of the course and then dig into week one a little bit. Okay, here we go. So as we look at EDU609, we have weeks 1 through 3 are about giving your course a thorough going over, really thinking about it. Is it ready to go live? Is it user-friendly? Is it learner-friendly? Does it teach all the things I thought it would teach, et cetera, et cetera? Do I want to add some graphics, make it a little prettier, et cetera, okay? Those are the first 3 weeks. In weeks, or I'm sorry, the first 4 weeks, I beg your pardon. In weeks 5 and 6, you're going to go back and think about where you started in the first course, EDU 600, where you came in and said, I have no idea what course I want to design and develop. And now look at you. Here we are, 24 weeks later, and you've got an amazing course, and you didn't know you could do it, right? So yeah, you did it. And now we're going to go back and think about what was the process? What were the steps that got you from there to mastery of being able to design and develop an online course? Okay, so that's weeks 5 and 6. We'll talk about that later. Right now, let's talk about week 1. In week 1, you're going to think about which learner you want to have in your course. Ideally, you'll have 2 or 3 learners that you can get in there, but at least 1 learner is required for this program. And they're going to go into your course and review it. Now, the learner is not expected to take your class to sit there and learn everything. You're not teaching the class. They're only spending about an hour going into it, looking at the pieces and bits, and giving you feedback on it, okay? Now that said, it's a process, it's a very technical process that we have you doing to get that learner in there. In week 1, you're just gonna come up with a plan. Who's your learner? When am I gonna set up the interview or the meeting? How am I gonna do it? So just some questions around building the plan for getting your learner in there. You have 2.5 weeks for your learner to go in and look at your course. So from today, or from the start of the class, you have week 1 and 2 and a little bit of week 3 to get that learner in there and get them to review your course, okay? So be thinking about that. Now there's some really, one thing is about this page is I call it a wall of words, and I'm sorry if this is overwhelming to you. I would have designed this page a little differently, but at the top are some really great resources. So go ahead and take a look at these resources, including these ADDIE videos. They're really great, and you'll learn a lot about the ADDIE model. So do look at this ADDIE video where we talk about, again, the ADDIE model. Let's see here where they show it. Okay, so here we go. So ADDIE is really analysis, design, development, implementation, evaluation. The ADDIE model is how we design an online course. Right now, you've already done analysis, design, and development. Now, in this last course, you're doing the implementation and evaluation. You're not really implementing it, which would be fully teaching the course, but you're getting a feel for it. You're kind of piloting it a little bit by having a learner come in and give you the sense of what it's like to have a learner in there and get their feedback. And then you're going to take their feedback. You're going to go in with a special professional tool to look at it once again yourself, and you're going to take all that data and evaluate it and then finalize, finish up your course, perfect it, and then you're done, okay? So do look at these videos. They're really excellent, and they talk about the ADDIE model. We're also doing something called a usability test. And basically, if you go further down, here's where you start to put together your ideas for your learners. And here are the worksheets and tools that you're going to use to do it with. If your course is for a child, then you want to use the child forms and the child usability test. If it's for adult, use the adult forms. I want to talk to you about what is a usability test, okay? Let's talk about that. So here's the instructions for the adult usability test. Basically, usability is used in course design, it's used in web design, it's used in software design, and it's a pretty new technique for getting people in and watching them as they're using the tool, as they're looking at the course, as they're interacting with the website. You sit there and watch that learner as they're doing it, and the learner is talking out loud as they're doing it. So they're saying, okay, I'm going to click here because I think it's going to be this. And then when they get to that screen, they'll say, oh, you know what? That wasn't really at all what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be completely something different. So they're talking out loud as they're going through it. They're going to be talking out loud as they go through your course. They're going to click on each of the links, talk out loud about their impressions, their experiences. Is there something confusing about your course? Or is there something that appeals to them that they really like, right? So here's an example of an adult usability study. I captured a little sample usability test with an adult and also with a child. There's a child one too in the child form. And basically it's all about, and it just follows these instructions to prepare for the Think Aloud test. So it basically just follow this script, these instructions with your learner, and you'll be able to do this usability test, right? So then the learner, here she is. Let's see, let me find a little place that's kind of, okay.
Maybe normally just
so she's talking out loud.
So I'm thinking, if I don't click this, can I do this?
Right,
At one point,
talking out loud, thinking about it, clicking on links. Does it do what I think it's going to do? Looking at the material.
I did lesson 1 sense, so now I'm going to do lesson 2 colors. Yay!
Okay. So, and then she talks about her initial impression.
Color. Let me look at this whole thing now and see what this is all about. So color video, the quiz.
Okay. So go ahead and watch that little example usability test. This is what you're going to be doing. Now with the usability test, you do not have to record it, but you have to take really good notes. All right. I want to see you taking meticulous notes about what their experience is in each little part of your online course. All right. We'll talk more about it in the in our welcome call. Okay. We can go into the details. So don't worry about it being too confusing. We'll talk more about it, and we'll go through your questions about it in our welcome call. In addition to the usability test, you're also having your learner do the adult learner course rating form or the child learner course rating form. This form, hang on while we open it up. Hang on, there we go. So they're going to go through your course, and they don't have to talk out loud. They're just going to click on each of these links, the instructor profile, and they're going to answer strongly agree all the way down to strongly disagree all the way to not applicable, right? So for example, there's no welcome page in most of your courses, so they can just say NA for all that. But then they're going to, that says the course description and learning outcomes clearly describe the topic and what students will be learning. Strongly agree, strongly disagree, or anywhere in between. So your learners are going to be clicking, then they're going to click on course expectations and answer those questions. And then they're going to click on module 1 and answer those questions. They're going to click on module 2 and answer those questions. If there's a third module, they're going to answer those questions, okay? So that's the example. There's going to be 2 applications of learner review. One is the usability test or study, and the other is this course rating form. Now, I want you to thoroughly document your observation of the learner and the feedback they give you. When they complete this rating form, I don't want to hear a bunch of strongly agrees with no feedback. Encourage your learners, tell them, listen, I'm learning, I'm a student in developing an online course. I would really appreciate any feedback you have to make my course even better. Okay, so don't let them say, oh, I wouldn't do anything, it's perfect. I wouldn't do anything, it's perfect. No, get them to tell you, and you'll have a lot of fun with this, because what you're gonna find is your learners are really excited about your course. They will enjoy it, they will love it, and they will give you some really great feedback, okay? So again, in this week 1, all you're doing is thinking about who your learner is. Who's your learner? Why are they a member of the target audience? When are they going, what's your timeline for when they're gonna have access to your course? Ideally, they do it with you in the room. It's really hard to do remotely. Best to have them just come over for an hour and a half and just do the learner review, okay? All right, so that is week 1, and then we have our instructor welcome call, and we'll go through those questions with you again. And I'll probably touch, in our welcome call, I'll probably touch on week 2 a little bit, get you set up for week 2. So I am looking forward to getting to know you guys if I haven't met you yet, and looking forward to getting your course all spiffed up and ready for delivery, ready for go live is what we call it, go live, okay? All right, take care, we'll see you online. Bye, everybody.